G20 protest in April, which saw violent clashes between police and campaigners. Well, let's go live to Alice Banderkravi, who's at the climate camp in Blackheath. Alice.
Victoria, protesters are now back at base here at Climate Camp, which you can see behind me there on a very blustery Blackheath. Now, earlier today, they broke up into several groups and launched various protests outside several companies and institutions across London. The banks may have had a holiday yesterday, but today they were dealing with protesters at their doors. The morning started with action at the offices of RBS on Bishopsgate. Several people superglued themselves to the floor inside the building. Others chose to block the entrance with the help of a step ladder and bike locks.
It's a possibility that we aim to shut down the bank for a whole working day. This is an anti-banks holiday. We want to stop RBS from investing in climate change for a day.
Eventually, most of the demonstrators voted to move on, setting up camp outside the BP offices near Pall Mall. This time they had foreign reinforcements representing some of Canada's indigenous communities protesting over oil exploration on the tar sands of Alberta. More songs and speeches till the camp moved on once again to the South Bank and the offices of Shell, which was promptly renamed.
When we're dealing with the largest industrial project on the face of the earth, coming one of the largest contributors to climate change, having people take up solidarity with that has made it absolutely inspiring beyond belief.
Since the G20 protests back in April, police have learnt lessons about dealing with protesters. Today they took a hands-off approach, though they were well prepared for any trouble, even calling on their Welsh colleagues for support, still in London after the Notting Hill Carnival. The protest here outside the Shell headquarters has been like the other protests today, noisy but basically non-violent. The police are taking a step back and are letting protesters get on with it. Several other protests took place outside other corporations today, all part of Climate Camp's biggest day of action. Only one arrest was made. Well, we have approached the companies targeted by the protesters today, and we have a statement here from Shell, who say Shell has a long-standing recognition of the significance and implications of climate change and are taking specific actions to address these. What those specific actions are, they don't mention. Back to you, Victoria.
Alice, thank you very much indeed. Well, lots more to come tonight. There's been a series of protests staged by climate change campaigners. Activists targeted the offices of multinational companies like the Royal Bank of Scotland and Shell.